Hello, Hoinathy, and thanks for joining us on the news. Now, Hoinathy, it's been a year since the death of Idris Deby in Chad. How would you assess the security situation in Chad and in the Lake Chad Basin area?
Okay. I think that globally, since the death of President Deby, so since 1 year ago, as you said, what we observe on the ground is that the security situation in that region has remained as volatile as before, with the two Boko Haram factions continuing to wreak havoc on communities and on the military forces. Since the death of Shekau, his rival faction, to mean ISWAP, seems to be more prominent on the ground. So generally, what we could say is that despite the combined effort of the four armies, to mean Chadian, Nigerian, Niger, and Cameroonian army, but also the multinational joint task force, the situation on the ground remains as volatile as it used to be before David's death.
Now, Hoinathy, we've seen talks between different opposition groups that have taken place in Doha, Qatar since March. Have there been any success or breakthroughs recorded in these discussions? And are they all inclusive? Do they include all the warring parties represented in these talks?
I think that, I mean, the debate actually in Doha is as large as possible, with a lot of political military groups represented there. And so it's a negotiation between those different groups and the transitional government started some weeks ago. And these debates started after several postponements and delays. And even at the beginning, there was a lot of difficulties, starting those debates. All those difficulties illustrate how difficult it's for these different stakeholders to hold serene discussions. And currently, it's very difficult to speculate on the real outcome of this dialogue. However, hopes for a sincere reconciliation agreement seems to be fading with some major political military movement, such as the CSMF, that are withdrawing from the talks, while others are still at the table are taking a very strong hold against the draft agreement proposed by the state. It means that the outcome of the discussions is therefore uncertain, and this may affect the inclusive nature of the dialogue in view, and by the way, the return to a comprehensive peace for the country.
Now, before we wrap things up, the African Union has given Chad until next October to organize a democratic transition. How feasible is this in the face of the situation on ground in Chad?
As I already mentioned, the pre-dialogue with the political military group seems to be rather stagnant, while the transitional government is insisting on maintaining the date of the 10th of May for the inclusive national dialogue. However, even if the dialogue were to be held on that date, the process of organizing the elections, which represent the point of completion of the transition, has yet to begin. And after May, there will be less than 6 months left to do this. And to my opinion, this seems very short, for certain elections to be held. And furthermore, I also wonder how, without an effective peace achieved through a reconciliation and a ceasefire with the political militaries and an appeasement of the social political tensions within the country, the transitional government will be able to move serenely toward elections that respect the standards in that regard.
Thank you very much for your insights on this. Hoinathy Remadji, was a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you.